So I took a deep breath. And I was like, y'all were right. He was putting his hands on me. And my mama just looked at me. My auntie, she was sitting on the sofa. And she was like, sit down. So I went and I sat down. And I was just like, so he was being abusive. Like, he was putting his hands on me. My mom was like, what do you mean by that? And I'm like, what you mean? What I mean? He was putting his hands on me. In my head, I'm like, what do you mean? You finna start with the details already? Like, dang, why can't I just say he was putting his hands on me and just let that be it? Like, not y'all want the details to that too? And I was just like, well, he was giving me black eyes. He was beating on me. That's what he was doing. He was beating on me. And my mom was just looking, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, I know I should have told y'all. Like, I know. I just didn't know how. And I was scared. And I looked over my mom. She was still just looking. Like, she was still just looking at me. My auntie Spank, she looked so sad. And it was just like, and I started to explain some of the abuse to them. And the more I explained the abuse to them, the more they teared up and the more I teared up. And I'm just like, I don't want to cry. I'm a thug. I don't want to cry. Thugs don't cry. You know, stop making me cry. I'm tired of y'all making me cry. And so I was just like, yeah. So I'm like, I'm talking about it, but I'm just leaving certain stuff out. What I mean by leaving certain stuff out is like the extent of the things that happened to King, I left out. Like I didn't say that at all. But as I was talking, my cousin Micah come in. Micah is my auntie Spank's son. Me and Micah the same age. We the same age. Grew up together. First cousin. Same age. He walked in. He was like, Cuzzo, what's up? Why you here? What happened? Tell me what happened. And I'm looking. I'm just like, dang, does everybody know already? Like, oh, okay. So I was just like, yeah, like I was telling them, like, yeah, he was putting his hands on me. And Michael was just like, I knew it. He was like, I knew he was doing I knew that Negro was doing that. I'm like, yeah. I was like, but that's not the only thing. He was like, what else could it be? I was like, well, he was positive. My mama looked at me. My auntie Spank looked at me. My cousin Micah looked at me. And I'm just like, they're like, what you mean by positive? I was like, yeah, the HIV. I tried to mumble it under my breath, like real fast under my breath. And my auntie Spank was like, what? It was the loudest what I ever heard. Like, she's like, what? And I turn around and I look, because I'm sitting on the bar stool at this point, like on the little bar. And I'm just sitting down. I turn around. I'm like, yeah. And my mama looked at me. I was like, but I ain't got it. I don't have it. My cousin Mike was like, wait, you mean to tell me not only was he putting his hands on you, that man had the package? And I looked at him and I was like, yeah. He's like, and you stayed? And I'm like, it's complicated. But yeah, but I don't have it. I don't have it. He was like, why you didn't tell nobody? Why didn't you tell nobody? Why you just go through stuff and don't tell nobody? And I'm just like, look, I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know what to do. Like, I ain't know none of that. And because Michael was like, so where he got it from? Huh? You know where he got it from? I was like, I don't know where he got it from, but he was messing with men. And the whole room was just like, what? And I'm like, yes. And my cousin Mike looked at me, he's like, so he was putting his hands on you. He got the package. He was messing with men. You knew all of that and you stayed? And I'm like, In my mind, I'm like, this is exactly what I didn't want to go. This is exactly what I did not want to happen. Exactly. And I just looked at it, I'm like, yeah. But I guess to me, it just hit a little different because it was coming from my cousin, and not my mom and my aunt. So if it would come from my mom and my aunt, I would have felt like I was being chastised. But it was coming from my cousin, and we're the same age. So I'm just like, nigga, we're gonna talk about this later. Like, let's not do this in front of the mamas. Like, come on, yo. Like, come on. So I'm like, it's complicated. Like, it's complicated because I wanted to leave with King and everything that was surrounding King's mom. And, me trying to get King out. Like, I just didn't want to leave King there. Because, he was already putting his hands on King too. And my cousin Mike was like, what? What do you... Okay. All right. Just keep going with your story. Keep going with your story. Because this is making me mad. And my auntie was like, I'm already pissed off. Like, she's like, I'm already pissed off. And I'm like, I understand. I mean, it's a lot. And my mama just looked at me. She was just like, if you don't want to keep talking about it right now, you don't have to keep talking about it. We can just talk about it later. Like, we can just talk about it later. We got, the bulk of the information. We can just talk about the rest later. All that matters is that you're here. The kids are here. Y'all are safe. Okay? We're not going to worry about anything else. And I'm just looking at my mom like tearing up like, thank you, because I don't want to keep talking. Like, I don't want to keep talking about it. Like, I don't. So after she said that, she was like, all right, well, we about to get ready to go. I was like, oh, we're headed back to the house now. She was like, yeah, I just came up here to pick you up. We doing a turnaround. I'm picking you up and we going back home. And I was just like, okay, all right. So let me get the kids. So, because the kids, they were in the other room. Because I did not want them, we did not need them around while this conversation was going on. So the kids, they were in my cousin's game room. So we loaded up the car, headed to my mom's house. Remind you, this is an hour and 45-minute drive. So I'm sitting in the car. I'm sitting in the front seat. And my mom's she's not really saying anything. She just told me to rest. She was like, just get your rest. We'll just talk about all that later. So, and that's exactly what I did. I took me a nap. Like, it was one of those naps that I didn't even know I was sleeping until I woke up. And when I woke up, we was at my mom's house. When we got in the house, I went and I put my stuff down in the room. My mama came in there and was just like, look, we'll figure out the house, the car, the job, and all that later. Right now, I just need you to focus on getting yourself together, working on your mental right now. You need to do that for those kids. Like, those boys don't need to see you broken and down. You need to do that for the kids. So take as much time as you need. Just know that we are here. Like, we're here. Like, we love you. We're here. And I'm just like, okay, Mama. Like, okay, all right. And then she go in her room. When she go in her room, I go in the room that I'm sleeping in, which is my sister Brittany's old room, because the kids were sleeping in my old room. So I go in my sister. I'm laying down, and as I'm laying down, my phone go to ringing, and I look down at it, and it's D, and I'm like, fuck no, I'm not doing this. Like, Kiana, don't do it. Do not do it. He does not deserve to hear your voice. He does not deserve a conversation at all. Don't do it. Do not do it. So I look down at my phone, had start ringing. I'm like, okay, all right. Look over again. It's ringing again, and it's him. So I reached over, picked up the phone, and I'm like, don't answer it. Don't answer this phone. Don't answer. There's no need for you to talk to him. Like, you're safe. Your kids are safe. Everything's good. He ain't got nothing to say to you. Like, nothing. He's not going to change. He's going to forever be the same. Don't answer it. Do not answer this phone. And then I hit answer. Hello?